It's long been the standard for cervical cancer screening.
You'll come to the gynecologist's office or your family doctor's office, and we'll do a pelvic examination and use a little brush or a broom to test internally for abnormal cells on the cervix. And we send it off and we get a result weeks later.
But next year, Pap tests are set to be replaced. According to an internal memo obtained by CityNews directed to Ontario labs and hospitals, the Ministry of Health says the HPV test will become the primary test for cervical screening in the spring of 2025. The HPV test is more sensitive and will improve detection of precancerous cells and early cervical cancer, the memo reads. OBGYN Dr. Lynn Sterling says the procedure is essentially the same.
But the result is different. And the HPV test, we're looking for a virus, whereas with the Pap test, we're looking for abnormal cells on the cervix.
Dr. Sterling is excited about the switch. She says it's something that specialists like her have collectively been trying to push forward for some time. HPV tests are much more effective, she says, whereas Paps can miss up to 50% of cervical abnormalities. And it's a win for patients, too.
Particularly people that really struggle with having a pelvic examination because we don't necessarily need to be doing this as frequently, but we're not losing out on our ability to figure out who we should be worried about.
The test would be performed every 5 years instead of the usual 3 for a Pap. In a statement to CityNews, a spokesperson for Ontario's Minister of Health, Sylvia Jones, confirmed the change, adding, quote, "This is a multi-year transition that will ensure that Ontarians have access to the most effective cervical screening test based on the best scientific evidence." As of right now, it's expected that Pap tests will still be covered under OHIP during the transitional phase. Now, these changes are not unique to Ontario. PEI, Quebec, and British Columbia have already made or are making similar changes. In Toronto, Erica Natividad, City News.